Hi all, I'm going to show you how to use the analytics system in ResponsiveAds Narrator Studio. First of all, you need to click on the Analytics tab. When you get to the tab, you'll see on the Analytics page all of your active campaigns sorted by week, month are on the left. If it's not showing anything, just hit all time and that should bring up all of the campaigns for all time. I'm going to sort by week. Now, one of the good things is that if you hover over here, as you can see here in this account, you can see here the actual format. So there's a Fluid 250. I want to look at this Nix Auto, which is the Fluid 250. I'm going to click on that. So I click on that. And as you can see, it loads. It takes a little bit of time to load because we're actually handling millions and millions of transactions on the fly, and so we're actually pulling these analytics every hour. As you'll see here on the dashboard, you have the ID of the creative. You actually have all the different deployments, so if you're ad serving it, you can actually sort these by the different deployments. We tend to keep this as total. And then it will automatically go from the beginning of the campaign to the end. As you can see here, there were some impressions back in December, but then it really ran from the middle of February. And you could sort this. This is actually done by days. So if I wanted to actually sort this and go from, say, February 18th to, say, March 24th, I can go February 18th right here to March 24th. So let me do that. February 18th. To March 24th. There we go. And then as you can see, it actually will sort it daily between those two different time periods. There we go. And so the red line here is the viewability. As you can see, it's 41% viewability rate. The reason it's so low is this was served below the fold. If usually in the top slots you'll see anywhere over 70%, but if it's at the bottom slot and the ad is loaded in the page, you could get the 40%. These are the overall impressions. These are the viewable impressions. The click-throughs are all of the clicks on the ad that take you off the page to another URL. And then you have the click-through rate, which is those clicks divided by the overall impressions, and then the clicks divided by the overall viewable impressions. The engagement includes all of any of the hovers, clicks, other clicks, expands, light boxes within the actual unit. And so as you can see here, there were no other clicks in the unit because the overall unit was set for a click-through. But we did see 19-20% of the time, or 12,000 unique hovers. A hover is an event where the user mouses in on top of the ad and mouses off. So you can see there was quite a few hovers. As you go here, you can see the breakdown of the different sizes, as well as you can actually sort this by hourly. So you can see it by hour, as you can see here, daily, weekly, and then monthly. And as you can see here, you can actually see this is all the impressions. If we wanted to see all of the engagements, we can click on that, and it will show us all of those engagements that are actually happening with that trend of the engagement rate. So you can see here the engagement rate is on the right here, and then you can see the engagement viewability rate, which is the actual engagements divided again by the overall impressions. And so let me go back here to impressions again. And then what I'd like to show here is then you have the breakdown by iOS, by browser, by channel, as well as you can actually see the click-through. So a border was set up on top of the overall ad, which is what caused that click-through, as well as the hover on top of the border. If you want to see the heat maps, you just click here on heat map and click hover. And now it loaded. As you can see here, these are probably the mobile sizes. That's why you're getting kind of a hot spot. The data is not that reliable because you can't really hover on mobile. So those are more kind of the summary of where the user was probably clicking or tapping. But as you can see here, which is really interesting, a lot of hovers on top of the car element on that size. And then you can see a lot of hover ins and hover outs, but on this specific unit here. So it's not showing you anything very unique, but it's good to check all of them. If you click on clicks, you can actually see, now there were 0 clicks, so let's click on click-through, and let's see where the user clicked through. So yeah, so the user clicked through, in these cases, pretty much on the text, which is kind of interesting. That means that their eye was there on those. And then over here, you can see for these larger units, the click-through does show a little bit, on the text again. You can see the little blue there. So that's pretty much how you do that. Because we sorted the date here from February 18th to 3/24, if I export the creative, that's all you need to do is you can select daily, which gives you the breakdowns on a daily level, or just a date range, which is what we've set here. And then I'm going to export that creative. So when you hit export, it's going to ask you for your email address. I'm just going to send it to analytics@responsiveads.com, generate report, and it's going to send that report to my email. Okay, as you can see, I got it in my email, and I'm just going to save it. There we go, on my desktop. And let me open it up on my desktop. Okay, so as you can see here, this is the Excel sheet. You see here we set it for, the date is today, May 7th, but you can see here we filtered it from February 18th to the March 24th, 25th. And as you can see here, you have all those things that we have in the analytics dashboard, the viewable impressions, then the total impressions, the viewability rate, click-through, and then as you could see here, you could see the breakdown of the click-through across all the different browsers and devices. And then you can actually see this by different deployments as well. So I will attach this sheet to a link that will be saved here in the video, so you can actually look at this sheet. But yes, this is a way that you can get the granular information as well. Thank you very much, and if you have any questions, send us an email at support@responsiveads.com.